Welcome to Cowboy Shit. My name is Ted Stoven from the Brahma Boot Studio in Calgary, Alberta. And he is Mr. James Foley from Lloydminster on the Alberta side. Not that Saskatchewan stuff.
This
Not
side,
Lloydminster.
on the west side.
He's from the west side, folks.
Yeah, west side.
West side. Anyways, Foley. Uh have we got you some boots yet? We haven't got you any boots yet, did we?
No, we haven't.
Well, it's
Yeah,
probably it's almost
it's my
springtime. It's
fault.
probably we're
It's my
due.
fault. Yeah,
Okay. Send me the
yeah. I'll
link or
wait.
send me the stuff. We got to get them to you by rodeo season.
100%. 100%. I need to get stomping in my Brahma boots.
But you know what we could do though is we could go get you fitted when we're in Lethbridge too. See our friend Lacey at Western Stockman. Could
Hey,
go get you
you know
fitted
what?
while we're there.
Yeah, yeah. You know what you should do?
What should I
You
do?
should you should take are you familiar with the song by the famous singer Nelly called
Nelly.
Air Force Ones?
I'm a little bit familiar. What's the story?
You should flip it to Brahma boots. So
Brahma
give
boot
us
ones.
give us a Brahma boots Air Force One rendition.
Might have to. That actually might be a good use for gay eye.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we should do that. That'd be unreal. Chat GPT, right?
Something. I don't know.
PT? I don't know. Man,
Yeah.
let's just go on and talk about AI for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What the fuck are you doing, people? What are you doing? Like, I mean, there's people who are out of control on this shit right now. Like,
There's
I went and fed a guy's cows. True story. Went and fed a guy's cows. Great guy. Uses Chat GPT to figure out his feed for his cows, which
really.
super smart. But like, I just like there's people who are like using it to feed cows. There's people who are using it to do anything. And there's even, listen, you can send emails nowadays that are Chat GPT, and it's super easy to tell that it's written by AI because you're not near as smart as AI. Like, don't get caught doing that shit and quit
Oh
AI and
man.
everything.
Unless it's in the cattle business,
Yeah.
because that actually is a good system.
Yeah, that was unreal. Like, he literally sent me a screenshot. I'm like, crazy.
Really, man.
I use a nutritionist, but you could Chat GPT it.
I refuse to use that shit. Not gonna lie.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, not a fan.
Like, I want to just continue to like I can't even handwrite anymore.
Yeah, but I can type pretty damn good on my computer. I'm pretty fast.
Yeah, but like when somebody's like, "Hey, do you mind writing this out?" I'm like, "Geez,
Yeah, I
how do you?"
do because I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't even know how to handwrite. I don't even know
Huh.
how to make a T.
Mine's a mix mash. It's like Spanglish, like where people like the folks that speak
Oh
English and
yeah,
Spanish together.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like a mix between handwriting and just scribble scratch doctors. Yeah, writing on a
Oh
book.
yeah. If I can carry a
Mangled.
letter to another one, I'm
Doing it.
carrying it all day. Yep.
Yeah. But I'm not
I
making a
just
weird T. I'm just doing a regular T, capital T, and then kind of just mashing all the rest of the letters together.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that's what happened when I had to do my like first signature.
Yeah.
Is I never ever really practiced doing my signature, so then it's just a real shitty version of my handwriting. You know, and like I panicked. They're
Fast,
like, "Hey,
shitty
hey,
version.
hey, can you sign this?" I was like, "Holy fuck, I've never signed anything."
Yeah.
And then thought about it and then just ripped it.
Because isn't the F, the capital F on handwriting kind of fucked up too?
Yeah, it's got a little curl in it, maybe.
Got a little squiggly.
Yeah, it might have a curl on the tip. It might
It's
be
not as
tip
bad as the
curled.
Q. Remember the Q being really weird in
Yeah,
handwriting?
Q's garbage, R's garbage.
Yeah, with that weird R. Yeah, that's right. R is garbage.
Yeah,
Uh, I
there'll
still
be a
keep a
day where.
journal.
Do you?
Yeah, man, I like writing on paper, pen on paper.
Yeah,
And then like all the scripts we do, like at all the rodeos, like I've gotten the habit now, and I'll recycle them as soon as we're done. But I put my name on my script at the PBR shows, like all the events. I'm writing
yeah.
my name on my script because then I don't for usually I don't forget where it is and whatnot. So nobody can steal. I'll be like, hey, that's mine. My name's on it. Give it back.
I have an abundance of back pen sheets.
You do?
Yeah, because I
You do
bring
you
them
keep
home.
them?
Some like yeah, I just throw them in a pile. I got them
Are
in a
you
pile somewhere.
are you a bit of a hoarder or no?
No, no, not a horde. No, no.
No.
Jeez, I live with anti-horde.
The anti-hoarder?
Yeah, like anti if we have two of anything, one's getting its head cut off.
It's going. It's like, see you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, there it's like yeah, excessive, like very everything's probably a very subtle case of OCD, maybe some would say. So
Yeah.
no, not a hoarder,
Heard of
not a
it.
hoarder.
I've heard of it.
Like I collect all the lanyards I get from
You collect
places.
them. What do you do with them?
They're just in a drawer.
In a drawer? It's got a
Yeah.
mitt full of lanyards.
Yeah, like if I were to like, you know what I mean? You just pull them out and it's just a mitt full. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I used
Like
to have
look,
mine.
look at this one. Outdoor event of the year.
Oh, look at that.
Indoor, sorry.
Indoor.
Dakota
Dakota
Butter.
butter.
All
Ben,
access.
it's
VIP.
it's funny you say that because this Brahma boot sign is
Yeah.
basically right where very close to where the old my old lanyard hangout would have been because
Yeah.
I had the spare bedroom that was my office for a long time and I there was like the hanger rod in the closet and I would come home from an event and tie 'em up on the rod and I just had like a unreal rack. What do you got?
We got somebody putting something away over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she got out of here though. She was
Oh,
having enough.
that's
Sorry.
good.
Anyways, yeah.
I used to have them hung up in the closet.
Right.
Uh yeah, they were in the closet like all hung up in the office, but then when I rented the house then I had to huck them in a bin.
Are
But
you gonna put them out again?
well, I don't know. I'd have to get like I've got a pretty a massive stash of them now. I don't know what the hell I would do with them all. I gotta figure out like how to make it something cool. It'd have to be like a coat rack. You just hang them all on eventually, and then I could put like my
Yeah.
cowboy hats on there too once in a while or something, or a couple
Yeah.
jackets.
Like a double doer.
But I gotta figure
A
out.
two for one.
I don't know
Uh,
where to put it though, and I don't want to
I
clutter up
like
the house too bad either.
I like keeping them because whenever you get a lanyard, you think you're like way more important than what you really are, but you have a lanyard, so then you just like it gives you that little pep in your step, you know what I mean?
I will admit that there's a lot of times when I'm wearing a lanyard and there's nothing attached to the end of it.
I I was just gonna say, like
I
I
just put it in my
feel
pocket
like
though, and then nobody
yeah,
asks anything.
nobody asks. They're like,
Yeah, they're like, oh
that's
yeah,
yeah, lanyard. So
yeah,
go ahead,
he's
buddy.
good.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's like going to an event and you just take a box down the ramp. Like if you just got a cardboard box, you're definitely probably doing something important. If you got something like a box full of stuff.
Oh yeah, this guy works here.
Yeah, no
And
big
look
deal.
the part.
And
And
wearing a
look the
lanyard,
part.
just your automatic entry to any event.
People should say everybody should do that and then comment back to the Cowboy Shit Instagram
I feel like it didn't
and
work.
yeah, to tell us what you got into just wearing a lanyard.
I there was a guy that I knew that I worked with at a show at one point, and he's like told us like he's like yeah, safety vest, a box, like multiple things. He did it one
Yeah,
time where he busted into some concert he wanted to go to that was sold out, and then I think just watched from the like concourse or from the floor or something, like just walked in with a box, but I think he had beers in there too, like really the ultimate win, and then just drank his own beers at the show with some random lanyard on at like a
really.
sold out rock show, like probably like Metallica or somebody sweet like that. I forget who it was, but it was a pretty sweet story.
Yeah, I know two guys that did that. So the in Edmonton, the Halloween Howler,
Oh yeah,
huge
yeah.
huge Halloween party, like
At the convention center.
yeah, at the convention center, and
Yeah,
it was sold out one year.
yeah.
So they got two lanyards made for Coors Light and put their names on them, and then they they bought black bathrobes and went and found some Coors Light hats and
Yeah.
literally got into the Halloween Howler just wearing that
Really.
and went VIP. Like they literally thought that they were
Of
full
course.
blown yeah Coors
Man,
Light guys.
that's funny. I think that we should probably try and do that at some point somewhere.
I think we should
Yeah, I like that idea.
and just guaranteed, man. If you all you have to do is half-ass look the part or half-ass look like you're a part of something that's going on there.
True.
Lanyard, you're in.
That's true. It's definitely true. Man, how's the winter been for you? How about this warm weather we're having?
Yeah, warm
We're gonna need
weather's
some
nice, dude.
snow. We're gonna
We
need some
are.
snow again soon though.
You guys have a lot less snow than us. I live in the Great White North. I'm probably I'd say we're on the edge of the Great White North.
You're on the edge of it.
Yeah, you're south, we're on the edge.
Yeah.
So you go north of us, it's been ridiculous cold. But
Oh,
we
okay.
we still have some snow.
Okay. And it's
What?
supposed to snow again here pretty soon, I think, too.
Hmm.
Or they're supposed to turn again.
Yeah, I heard a rumor.
Heard a rumor. We do live in the Great White North, so it's bound to happen this time of the year.
Can we can we take a moment? The weather's nice. The flowers behind you, what are we doing there?
You like those?
Yeah. What are
Um,
we story or you just bought them?
no, I had a bunch of friends over for Super Bowl.
Yes.
Friends brought flowers. Thanks, Danny.
Nice. Shout
Neil,
out
the whole gang.
Danny, Neil,
Yeah.
everybody.
Jess brought brownies that she made. I made ribs. Josh and Pippa and I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning playing Overcooked on the Nintendo Switch, I think it's called.
Nice.
I'm hung over, James.
Yep. He's a bag of shit. Some
Yeah,
would say.
I didn't even get that messed up, but I think there's like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 empty wine bottles here, and there was
Oh,
only like 7 of us that were here. But yeah, quite a fun. We had a lot of fun gang. So yeah, Danny
that's
Neal brought
good.
the flowers.
Thanks.
I was sending them pictures earlier in the week because I bought myself flowers earlier in the
Yeah.
week. I definitely had the feeling of like the Miley Cyrus. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand. I was,
Did you get him from Safeway?
oh yeah, duh, obviously.
Can you show us what you
Might have
got?
been it might have been Safeway or where else was it? Might have been Co-op. I forget. But
What
yeah,
do I
I
let me guess
often
though.
buy
Let me
myself
guess before
flowers.
you show me.
Oh,
Let
okay,
me guess what you bought. You
those are the
bought
chips.
yourself.
What do
Uh
you think that I bought? This is a nice set here too, by the way. Like
that is a nice set.
nice
That looks like a
flowers.
rose tiger lily combo. I don't know
I don't know.
what
What
the
are these
orange
orange
ones are.
guys? What are they?
I don't know. Daffodil maybe.
I don't know.
I'm
They're
not
nice
a
though. No, I
I'm
think
not
that's
big
a
on
daisy. I think
a
the orange one's
daisy.
a daisy.
Right.
Those are out
I don't,
red. Those are roses though. It is almost Valentine's Day.
yeah, I don't
It is past
just
Valentine's Day
so
by the time we
everybody knows I
get
don't know
there.
what a daffodil looks like. I just
Just guesstimated. That's definitely a daisy, the orange one.
I'm gonna say you went
I don't
something
know what
like
that one
kind.
is.
I think you went kind of. I don't know if you'd buy yourself roses. You might though.
Man, I just
I'm
bought bouquets. Like I legit was telling Danny, I was like, because I sent her pictures of flowers. And I was like, yeah, I bought these for because I like having flowers around. I like the scent, and
yeah,
I like the like having nice flowers around once in a while. And like, I don't know, I just get the bouquets. I like having them around. It's a
right.
nice thing to
So
look
you buy
at.
the little pack of fives. So you probably got some
Yeah,
roses. You
it's kind of
probably
like
got some
this.
white ones. Did you go with baby's breath?
I don't know about that.
Okay, we'll see. Let's go.
Do you want to bring them over?
Yeah, yeah, bring them over.
Okay, you gotta hold this thing for a sec while I go get the flowers.
Yeah, I got her. We Teddy's on his way right now to get the flowers. An assortment. I'm not sold on the buying yourself flowers yet.
You're not sold on it?
It's pretty much
You're right.
it's the
It's pretty damn
identical.
similar. It must be like a similar time of year.
It's exactly the same minus
Not
the
quite.
tiger lilies.
Not there's
For,
yellow there's yellow roses in there.
yeah, you have orange ones
I
over
don't know
there.
what that one is. That like pink one on the
Oh,
bottom. And then I don't know what
petunia.
this guy is. This look at that yellow bastard over there. That's a nice looking
Oh yeah.
flower. Or the
Yeah.
white ones. That's a
Yeah,
lily. I know a lily and I know a
yeah.
rose and that orange daisy. Those are
Yeah.
pink little like pink different lilies.
Yeah, you went all out. You went a lot more colorful than I thought you would.
Man, it was like I don't know, these are like $15. For $15 at the grocery store, like that's not a bad purchase, I don't think. I don't
No,
mind
that's
spending
great.
15 bucks on it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're not so sure on buying flowers.
Miley Cyrus does it.
If Miley does it, it must be fine.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Uh, the funny thing is there's like people coming over this week. Like people were here on like friends for the Super Bowl, but we're
Yeah.
recording a bunch of shows. So there's like people coming to the house. The next little while, I'm literally a grown ass man living by myself, and there's 2 sets of flowers here now when these people are coming to do the show. The shows this
Yeah,
week.
it adds a little flair.
You think so?
I've been known to buy the odd plant. I like
Yeah.
buying plants.
Man, I thought it was kind of cool. The crew that was here on Sunday, they were like, "Yeah, this guy's got his shit together." It seemed like they were kind of pumping my tires a bit. I was like, "Oh, thank you." And
And flowers probably go good with the new kitchen.
they do. That part is
Fresh updates. I
that
like it.
part's
I like
true.
it. I
So
retract my statement.
But are you trying to say that I'm like I'm a weirdo because I'm buying myself flowers, or like you said you weren't sold on it, like you wouldn't do it for yourself, but
I think if I was
what are you
gonna
trying to
buy, I
say?
wouldn't buy
What are you
myself.
trying to say here, Foley?
I wouldn't buy myself flowers. I wouldn't do it. I would maybe buy
Like for
myself
the
like one of
house.
the big. Yeah, I like it. It looks good. I'm proud of you.
But what would you buy instead?
I'd buy a plant.
I do like plants. This thing's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, I like that one.
I think my cousin gave me this one. It's happy. It's a pretty cool plant.
Little horticulture today.
And then this guy's really seems to be happy. He's thrilled right now. I got
Oh
some
yeah.
help with it, but there's even a new little growth on the
Oh,
bottom.
oh
He's
yeah.
got a
Yeah,
whole new
yeah.
little shoot. But
That
this thing
thing's
was really
booming.
sad. He was really sad, but we got him a little stick to grow up, and he's friggin' jacked now. He's back in business.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like
monstera, in case you were wondering.
okay.
Yeah.
I do like the house plants. We got lots of house plants. And I
The
do get that
vines are
where
cool.
like your plant like I got goldfish in my waters. I'm a big
Yeah.
goldfish guy.
Yeah.
And I had one that was dying. And
Yeah.
like five days it was floating at the top. When you touched it, it swam to the bottom. So I'm like, fuck, I can't let this goldfish die. So I brought him home, kept him in a jar upstairs. This is a big goldfish too. This sucker was decent size. Kept him in
Where'd
like
you
a
have him from?
from one of my bull waters.
A bull? You had a
Like,
goldfish in your bull watering device?
yeah, heck yeah.
Why?
Because they eat the stuff in there. They keep it clean.
Really?
Yep, guy told me that once.
So you just buy them from the store and huck a goldfish in there?
Yeah, grow them.
No
I
shit.
buy them and they're like probably, I don't know, 3 centimeters big. This
In your
one was
bull
like,
waterer?
yep,
And how
I'll
do
send
they?
you
I guess
pictures.
you got a, like a heater in there so they don't get cold in the
Yeah,
winter.
yeah, the winter they just chill out by the heater.
Do you have to ever like feed them?
Nope, never touch them.
Really? How long do
Yeah,
they
I
live
just,
for?
oh, I've had some for like 4 years, 5 years.
No way.
Yeah, they're thriving, man.
How big do they get?
It's a cheat code for clean tank water.
No shit.
Um,
What about if it's like
uh,
30 below? Like, can I get some for my like tank, my stock tank in the backyard and just get a little heater for it and just put them out there?
yeah,
You got power to it all the time too?
yeah.
And then what, like an aerator, like a little
No,
fucking
no
what?
aerator.
Just
They
raw
just,
dogging it in the water.
yeah, just living the life.
Really?
Yeah.
How big do they get? Then what happens?
They're big. I'm not like they're a couple inches now, some of them. Big suckers.
Like 3-inch goldfish.
Yeah, maybe 4 inch.
Really?
Yeah, I'll catch one and I'll measure it in the spring.
No shit.
Yeah.
You'll catch them,
Thriving.
measure it, and then put them back
Thriving.
in. I don't fucking believe you right now. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
getting punked.
I had one that died the other day, so I put him on my Snapchat
Really?
with a little Sarah McLachlan in the background.
Really? What do you do with them then? You just huck them out for the
I
birds?
will remember you.
And you
Yeah,
just
I gave him to the barn cats.
to the barn cats?
Yeah.
Really? Man, that
Stuck
is
him in I stuck him in the tractor, drove him back to the barn.
really
Yeah, we all like I had like a about 3 second moment of silence and then the cats took him.
no way.
Yeah, circle of life.
That's yeah, I still think I'm getting punked, man.
No, I'll send you pictures.
Okay.
They and like I thought like my dad was like 100% like was just against it. He's like, "Man, they're gonna die. What a waste." I'm like, "Well, A, they cost 68 cents each." So, like I'm into a water for $10 in goldfish, who cares?
Yeah.
And yeah, they've done good. I never feed them. We don't like I don't put they eat whatever's in the water and then they just keep it clean. Eat
No
the
way.
LJ. Yeah.
No
To
way.
cheat. Everybody should have some goldfish in their tanks.
That's insane.
Yeah. I'll send you pictures. I got lots.
What about do they shit in the water? I guess fish definitely
Yeah.
shit in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a fish on the beach shitting and then flop
Going
back in.
back in. So your
The-
animals are drinking fish poop, but
Well, the fish poop goes to the bottom,
yeah.
right? I I
Then your water's
believe.
there though. But then your water's in there.
Yeah, but there's
Do they
water
eat
up
their own
top.
poop?
Do you put water in your mouth at pools?
Not on purpose.
Yeah, but does it ever get in there?
Yeah, but I don't like it.
You know what I mean? Same thing.
Oh man, that's wild. Hmm. Okay, well,
Kids shit in the pool. They don't empty the whole pool. They just kick
they just
everybody out for 3 minutes.
fish the turd out and put some more
Yeah.
chlorine in there.
Yeah, drop a little chlorine, tell everybody stay back for 3 minutes, and then everybody jumps back in and forgets about the turd that was floating around.
Oh shit, man. We've had some good chats the last couple shows between the my airplane weirdness last week and then
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
this one about your goldfish and the talk. Okay, I gotta ask the audience, does anyone else do this for their horses or their cattle? I guess, does anyone else buy themselves any other single mid-30s males buy themselves flowers
That's question number one.
for their house? Question number two, do you have goldfish in your stock watering tank?
Send us pictures if you do.
Number three, where do you sit at on the airplane?
Yes.
Curious about these things.
If you're like me, you sit in a shitty seat every time because you never pre-book. Fuck. You get to fly everywhere looking at a wing.
Looking at a wing, or you get to ride piss hole in the back,
Oh,
riding
I've
on the
never done
toilet.
that. I've never done like I think it being in the very back wouldn't be bad, minus everybody walking by you, but
Sometimes the very back is okay because you're close to the bathroom, and then it's kind of quiet and dark back there usually, and everybody is kind of sleeping. Like folk, I don't know. Seems like pretty
I
easy going back in the
yeah,
back.
I've never used the bathroom on an airplane. I don't think I could.
Never ever?
Never ever.
No way.
I'll do everything in my power to go to the bathroom before I get on the bird.
Question number four: do you poop on airplanes?
Yeah, never
For the
have.
audience.
You know what? I couldn't. I'd just go in there, I'd sit and not be able to do anything because I'd be so nervous about the person coming in after me.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't have a guy walking by being like, "That's the guy." I'm like,
that's the guy who
"Fuck."
destroyed the toilet and the ocean.
Yeah. When you get off, you're just waiting for your luggage. Everybody's looking at you.
Oh dear. Man, there was a time when I was on an airplane and they had to close it down. They had to deactivate the toilet because some kid destroyed it. Actually, that actually happened.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the kid, I don't know if the kid pissed all over the thing and they couldn't fix it or he shit himself in the toilet, but they had to like they put the lock on it. They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to get the cleaning crew in on that one."
We're we're gonna shut this one down.
This one's out of commission for the rest of the
This-
flight.
yeah, anybody goes in there, this plane's going down.
You don't want that. Oh shit,
Oh,
man. Uh,
that
we better get to the show. I don't know. I
we
feel
should.
like, yeah. Uh, this week, uh, fun show. Enjoyed recording it, and hope you all enjoy it. But hey, once again, I'm recording from the Brahma Boot Studio in Calgary, Alberta. Make sure to check out CanadaWestBoots.com or your local retailer for your Brahma boots. Probably made in
Yeah,
Canada since 1978.
you need them. You need them.
Check them out, folks. And we're probably gonna do some sort of boot deal with some listeners here at some point. Make some kind of like
Yeah,
maybe one
a
of the best
giveaway.
answers. One of the best answers on the one of the best answers on the quiz from today.
Yeah,
I'd have
it's
to give a
boot
pair of
scooting.
boots,
A
Brahma
boot
boots.
scooting Brahma boot giveaway.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
So there's a pair of
It's
boots on the line, folks. Get those answers in. Hit us up on the Instagrams when the show comes out. Once you listen, go back to the post and let us know. Answer those questions, those four questions. That was what was it? Uh, do you poop on airplanes?
that was number four.
Yeah, and then there was also the one about where do you sit on the airplanes?
Yeah, where you end up sitting. Do you put goldfish or fish in general in your
And
stock
you
waters?
and do you buy yourself flowers as a 35-year-old single white man?
Yeah, yeah. Can't wait to see all the
Is
answers.
that really that weird?
No,
Is
it's
it
not
kind of
weird.
weird? Or is it just like,
No.
are you trying to say that I might like swing for like bat for the wrong team or something? Like, are you saying like I'm a little bit
No, you're just
weird
comfortable.
like that?
You're just
Comfortable?
comfortable.
Okay. All right.
Takes confidence.
That I guess that's true. I also don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So
Yep.
I'm gonna keep doing it because I like them.
And everybody should do that, by the way.
Not give a fuck what people think.
Yeah, that's cowboy
It would
shit
probably
right there.
serve people better a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
Man, I appreciate the
Enjoy
catch.
it.
I
Enjoy the
appreciate the
interview.
catch up. All right. See you, friends. Welcome back to Cowboy Shit. My name is Ted Stoven from the Brahma Boot Studio in Calgary, Alberta. This week, we are with 10-time Canadian Finals Rodeo qualifier. 3 times he's been to the Wrangler NFR. He's also a college National Finals Rodeo champion. I don't actually know where you're at right now, but please welcome to the show, Kolton Schmidt.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm at my house here in Stephenville, Texas.
All right
Got
on.
snow on the ground.
Yeah, I guess to start, we got to talk about that because that's a rare occurrence in Texas, and the world shuts right down when that happens.
It is rare, but it happens every year, and they act like it doesn't. Every time we get a little bit of snow or ice, they act like we're in like a new world, but it does happen every year. So you just got to get through it and it'll be okay.
I was in Dallas last week. I flew down on like Sunday morning and then flew back home. We got the heck out of there because I didn't want to be waiting around for the snowstorm to hit and be stuck an
Yes.
extra 4 days because the airport's a disaster because they don't know how to handle snow.
No, they just shut down. It's just the world stops.
Yeah, it's wild. But
It's different.
but there's no way to they don't know how to handle the ice and the ice like we don't get ice like that back like up here. Like that doesn't happen where it's just like the
No,
road's covered in ice.
and the cold's different, honestly. The cold down here, you can't get rid of it. You can't get away from it. It's wet. It's awful. It's nothing like back home at all.
Well, and like all the houses, like I don't remember being in a ton of places in Stephenville, but like anything in New Mexico, like the ground was so hard there was no such thing as a basement like anywhere, right? Like in the way that they constructed stuff, like I don't know, there's probably not a lot of insulation in the walls if we're being honest with ourselves.
No, it's like any no, any wall that's facing north. If there's water lines running through it, you might just plan on it freezing up.
Really?
Yeah,
They don't even
yeah.
insulate the walls? You serious?
I mean, they do. I guess it's just different. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
Yeah,
bizarre.
it's interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah. Um, Colton, I got to go back to how long I think I've known you for, and I feel like I could be wrong, and I hope I'm remembering this story right, but I'm pretty sure I sold you a steer riding rope in Strathmore in like 2005.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Yep, I think that's right.
it was black and white. I think I sold to you for $100.
Yeah, and I still have it. I think it's in my dad's barn somewhere. I got on 3 steers in my life,
Yeah.
and this is no lie. I either broke or sprained my ankle on all 3 of those steers.
Was it the same ankle?
No, a different form every time too. Twice was in the chute and once was getting bucked off. I've
Really?
never made the whistle in my career. I called her
Oh,
quits.
oh for 3.
0 for 3, and that was just a good sign to stay at the other end of the arena.
Oh shit, man. I hope that I didn't help jinx your career in some capacity by selling you a bad rope.
Yeah. No, you didn't. I should tell you thank you.
Oh shit. Man, I uh I was like, I'm pretty sure that's right that I sold you that rope back in the day. I was trying to think
Yeah.
because we're close to the same age, right? Like you'd be what, 32 right now?
Yeah, turning 32.
Turning 32 this year. So born in 1994. Uh
Hmm.
yeah, and I would have been like 15, so you were 11. So that was like, was that the only rope you rode steers with, like just a couple times?
Yeah, when you get on 3, you don't wear one out.
Yeah.
It's pretty they last quite a while.
Oh fuck. That's funny. What I can't believe you still have it. Like that would be something that if I had that bad of a steer riding career, I would have like gave it to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. I seen it a few years ago when I was at my mom and dad's cleaning the barn out, and
No way.
kind of made me laugh. It's like that's thank you for not making me go down a really terrible bull riding career.
Oh dear, that's hilarious. So, but you like correct me if I'm wrong too, but like you well, I think there's a few things we got to get to though. There's like the Schmidt mafia of Barrhead, the Barrhead area.
Yeah,
And I might need a little bit of an what do you call it? Explanation on the family tree, just to give
fair
some
enough.
folks a little bit of background on that. But the other side is like there's a picture of you and Kyle Lucas from the Canadian Finals Rodeo advert, like it was like a program or like an ad about CFR from like 2001 or like 1999 or something. You guys were really little.
Yeah, it would have been after 2000, probably '01 or so, because my dad would have been there, and they didn't team her up there till 2000. But yeah,
Okay.
it's a long time ago. We were little guys.
Yeah. But it was like a really cool picture, and you guys are like, if it was 2001, then you were 7, and Kyle was probably the same age.
Yeah, we're the same age. I don't really know it. I couldn't tell you the exact date, and it might not even been when my dad was there. Times have changed so much, but back then, Joe and Shauna would go to the rodeo, and my mom and dad would go to the rodeo, and they would just leave us at the Westin. And it's our responsibility to get to the rodeo.
What?
We take the LRT, and
You're
then
7 years old?
well, yeah, I mean, probably it's closer to 10, but we'd run around Rexall like we knew that place, and
No shit.
we knew every staircase that where it'd get us. We knew how to get behind the boxes, behind the buck and shoots. So we were invested in that place before we got to rope there. But
And
yeah,
getting
Kyle and
around
I,
town? They just let you free on the C train? Like,
yeah, we'd go back on the LRT by ourselves too. And now you
no
think
way.
about it, you're like, what the
That's
heck were we
insane.
doing? But man, we had a lot of fun.
Holy shit. So was that like planned, or did they just catch you guys just chilling on the buck and shoots? Like it was on the back of the buck and shoots, and you guys
No,
recreated it a couple years ago.
I really can't remember exactly how that picture happened. But yeah, I don't know. We tried to do it this year at the NFR, and I'd get there early and leave fast, and Kyle would get there late, and he'd leave late, and our schedules just didn't really work during the
Oh.
NFR this year. But um, yeah, that was the cool picture. Well, that's the special one.
Well, I was just thinking the NFR. So I wish you guys would have got that done. That would have been unreal to both be at the NFR the
Yeah,
same year.
we'll have to do it next year.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you brought up NFR, and you guys had a hell of a week. It was unbelievable going from, kind of what Levi and Jeremy did almost, where you go from the bottom of the standings all the way to the top, and you're in the 10th round. You're leading the average by like 7 seconds, and you throw your loop, and the steer ducks off to the right, miss the steer, and there goes your chance at the gold buckle. Like, I mean, you've probably talked about this already, and I hate to bring it up this early on, but like, man, we all were so heartbroken for you that steer would take that turn at that exact moment. You've already thrown,
Yeah.
like, it's just the worst luck, but I guess, it wasn't meant to be. But also, I'm just curious, like, what's going through your mind beforehand, like that week, and tell us about the experience, and then we can end up there. But like, man, I was so pulling for you to win the damn thing, and then,
Yeah, we were
oh,
excited. I wanted that steer too, actually. I was in the office and they drew me that cow, and I watched the seventh go around early that afternoon, and I was excited that I had him. I just, there's a lot of ways to look at it, but where my mind takes me is if I would have caught the first year, I'd have already had the world won. So it's
uh,
just kind of whatever. I'm just happy to be in that situation and thankful for the opportunity. It was a very blessed week for us, and yeah, damn sure want to experience it again.
what was the highlight of the week? Like, there's a number of go around wins. Your most successful NFR ever. Huge check at the end of the week. Gonna suck at tax time a little bit probably. Um,
Probably, yeah.
but yeah, that's a problem that's good to have. But just talk about that week and some of the highlights going through it.
Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was super fun. Missed the first one, kind of an emotional roller coaster. Scared to go back to where you were before. But I had a really good team around me this year, a lot of really, really good people. And yeah, man, it's such a fun experience. It was really cool. I had a lot of people there in my corner that were truly there for me, just wanted the best for me and wanted me to be my best is probably the biggest thing. And yeah, I think the highlight though was probably the second go around, just bouncing back, catching one, placing in the go around, just feeling like you're getting the ball rolling early in the week and just trying to catch momentum and be in a good enough state of mind to produce a result.
What was going through your mind? Like, you get rounds 3, 4, 5, start climbing the standings, getting some wins. What's going through your head during the week?
Just trying to keep it in a good spot, think about the steer that you have to rope one steer at a time and not really worry about where it's taking you, just worry about what's in front of you. And yeah, the biggest thing is just being grateful for being there, in that opportunity, in that situation, roping good, producing good runs, riding your horse right. Just the little wins was probably the biggest win for us all week. And, we didn't win the gold buckle. That's really upsetting and kind of lets you down. But, all the little wins that we found within the week was a huge success for us.
Well, and that's your best finish ever in the world standings. Like, You might not have won it, but that's still your best year ever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. A year before that, you'd be praying just to rope one at the Thomas and Mack, let alone have a chance to win the world title at the end. So yeah, like I said, just thankful that we had the opportunity, and it was nice to kind of have the taste of it, but definitely makes you want more of it for sure.
What uh what are the days like for you there, Colton? I think we got to fill some people in. Like I ran into you a couple times there. I remember seeing you at the Cowboy Christmas with one of the trailer dealers that I'm assuming is a sponsor of
Yeah,
yours.
Stephenville truck and trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
talk about just what the days are like for those that might not understand. And like, I can't imagine having horses in Las Vegas during the NFR and trying to look after them and keep them in good shape and watered and fed every day. But you also mentioned the team. So we got to talk about the team
Yeah,
and the people on your side for that week.
yeah. I mean, first and foremost, my wife, she kept the boys busy when I was needing to do stuff, and we rented a house this year, which really helped a lot. We weren't stuck in a hotel room with the boys, and they kind of got to have their own schedule and keep to it, which was huge for us, just mentally for my wife and myself. Just we had a babysitter, and they went to bed on their normal time. We kind of got to our days were super busy, and it makes the week long. But we are very thankful we had the babysitter because at night we got to go we'd always go have a nice dinner and we got to still experience it on our own, right? We had a really good balance of that. And I had a really, really good lady help me feed my horses that week at the finals. Her name was Bambi, and she was unbelievable. Just little things. She rode my horse every day. Anything that was a little off, she handled it, kind of kept me in the loop on what was going on. But by the end of it, you're so trusting in her. That's kind of just it's her responsibility, and she's so good at it. That was a huge weight lifted off our shoulders too. And then with Ren, just being there a phone call away, and he was there for the first half, just the mental preparation, the little aspects of the run that need to be addressed, and having him to bounce ideas off of and share ideas with. It was just the whole thing was really good.
So you mentioned babysitter. Is that family from back home by chance? Like
No,
parents
it
that come down
wasn't.
or somebody
No,
else? No?
no, she's a friend of the Richards. She's pretty much family of the Richards. Her
Okay.
name's Bailey, and we've known that family for a long time. But she come down there and stayed with us, and yeah, she was super helpful.
What about you mentioned your horse? So James Bond from AC Roping and Racing, and that is the Richard family. Did I get that right?
Yeah, yeah, ANC Racing,
ANC.
and yep, that's Ren, his dad Chad, and his brother Caden. And it started with the A comes for their grandpa Albert. But they've been good to us forever. We've been really close ever since Ren first started coming to Canada, and he's kind of took me under his wing. And yeah, the whole family's been incredible to us. I'm very thankful for them.
And how does it end up where you end up riding that horse at the finals?
Just the family, giving me opportunities. Just it wasn't even a thing where they stepped in and said, "Hey, you need to do this." It was this opportunity is here if you want it, and they let me try them at the Canadian finals, and they looked after a lot of stuff for me. And like I told you during the finals, just bouncing ideas off and talking about roping and horses and stuff like that. That just led into deeper conversations of what the horse could do or could provide during the run. And yeah, the Canadian finals went pretty good on that horse. We didn't win a lot, but the horse performed pretty well. And yeah, we just built a run off of that of what that horse is unbelievable at, and just try to find some key points and just kind of dig deeper into them and just allow the horse to do his job. And my roping was kind of just backstage, really.
I think that's a younger horse too, isn't it?
Yeah, he would have been 7 during the NFR. He just turned 8.
Lucky number 007, possibly.
That's right. Yeah,
Um, how many people did you rope with this summer before getting to the finals? Because Jonathan was a new partner at the finals based on the way standings went in. Is that correct?
yeah, that's correct. And then I roped with Tyson McLeod at the Canadian finals too, um, including both the finals. I had 9 rodeo partners last year.
Which is highly unusual, is it not?
Yeah, that's very odd. 1 to 2 is it's kind of all you're ever wanting. So 9, you kind of feel like a neighborhood whore a little bit, but that's it's all right. That's kind of the path that we were on, and yeah, we just had one goal in mind and just kind of kept focused on that and stay in our own lane, and yeah, got the job done.
What was the goal, the main goal in mind?
Honestly, my main goal is just to stay in my own lane this year, just really focus on our job and produce a high number of runs, of chances to win. I really thought if I didn't matter who was healing, if I hit the barrier and I headed good and I handled good, it shouldn't matter who is back there. They're professionals. They're going to do their job. You kind of get wrapped up in searching for a better partner or better situation, and you almost take your focus off yourself rather than just last year. I really tried to stay in my own lane and, like I said, just produce higher volumes of better job that I done at the rodeos. Just be better and stay in my own lane, and it led me to a path to getting a really good healer because of that.
The what's practice like before Vegas? Like what, middle of October that you're gonna be roping with Jonathan at the NFR, and then you
No,
got
shoot, I knew the first day of October.
October. As
You know
soon as
that
the standings are done, you knew it immediately.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The day. Shoot, it might have been before the season was over, honestly,
Okay.
on paper. I mean, once it's finalized on who's going, you're
You
instantly
know. Yeah.
figuring out who's roping with who. So
Okay.
yeah, we knew right away. I mean, he lives 5 miles down the road. They have a cattle
Oh,
business. They had really big Mexicans to rope and practice on. And that was a really big thing for us too, was we had realistic practice. We weren't full of false confidence. We weren't roping little natives that were kind of searching. You're creating a run that wouldn't work out there. We had hard steers to rope, and we had some bad days of practice, but we always just kept talking about it that it's worth it, because when we overcome this challenging situation, it's going to be the real deal. So it was definitely productive.
how many runs would you guys put together before Vegas?
Man, we roped quite a bit. I'd say we probably roped 10 or 15 times, and we'd rope anywhere from 50 to 75 steers a time.
Holy shit.
Um, we roped a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's the funnest part about the finals for us, the 2 months before, because we maxed it out, as much as you can rope. I actually hurt my back. We roped so much. So
Oh wow.
I had 2 weeks or so there where I didn't rope at all, trying to deal with my back. And then I got to go to Utah the week before the finals and rope with Rand and ride that horse. And yeah, you're busy for a couple months.
Did you practice and ride on James Bond like with Jonathan, or was that not
Oh,
till like the end when
no,
you
the
showed up at
only
the finals?
the only time Jonathan got to heel behind the yellow was on Tuesday running the steers down the Thomas and Mack.
No shit.
hmm
How much does that change for him then? As a guy
You
like
know,
I hung out with like Dustin Round and Tatum Patton and a bunch of that crew when I was in New Mexico, and they took me along for like one winter. I got to rope with them. They wouldn't let me dally
right?
because I was just a noob and they didn't want me to lose any fingers. But like
Yep.
I didn't know shit, and it all happened so fast. Like just riding,
Yeah.
like being able to ride. But Dustin had a good horse that took me where I needed to go
Right.
because I was a total noob. But like you're talking such fine details and intricacies of the sport at the absolute highest level, with things happening so fast. Like how much does your horse affect him on his side? He's never rode
My
behind that horse.
horse affects everything. I feel like I am the quarterback, but what my horse allows me to do is the true quarterback. Like I could have a game plan in my mind, but if my horse doesn't allow me to do it, it'd be like a quarterback having a bad offensive line. Like you can't do anything, right? So I feel like the horse is the most important part. But we did a really good job of talking about it, and couple of our practices, maybe the majority of our practices, I was maybe a little bit slower than what I needed to be heading them in the practice pen, but it was all based off of where I wanted to be riding the yellow and where the turns were going to be hitting on the yellow. So everything we did was based off of the yellow.
And how many horses are you riding when you're running 50 to 75 head a day? Like how many
Four
mounts?
to six horses, probably.
Okay. They each run
Yeah.
5 to 7 steers kind of thing.
Yeah, it just depends how good they are. The better they are, the least. And then there's just levels to it. I mean, some of the most valuable horses we have aren't valuable to other people, but they're valuable to me because I get to run, 10 to 30 steers a day on them for myself.
And for the winter here, like luckily the rodeos, a lot of them in for the winter for you, if you're in Stephenville, they're not super far. You get to go to Fort Worth, and Houston's only
Yeah,
3 hours away, and San Antonio's.
that's the big perk about living here. You know, I had a place in Arizona for a couple years at the end or at the beginning of my rodeo career, and you never really got to be home. You know, it was kind of hard. You spent your majority of time in your horse trailer at somebody's place in Texas. So when we come home October 1st, you know, you really do get to be home all the way through April. Like, and that's because we Canadian rodeo. You know, if you don't Canadian rodeo, you get to be home till the first week of June, second week of June. You get, if you live here, you really do get 7 true months home. So it's, you know, the weather ain't wonderful here all the time, but it's a big part of why we wanted to, or why I wanted to put my foot down and live here is just we get to be home. You know, it's call it home. It feels like home. There's a big part of that.
Well, that's something I wanted to ask you about too, Colton, because you're, you know, 10 times Canadian finals, three NFRs, but like I had this thought in my mind that for you, it's probably been a lonely road at a lot of the times because you've committed for the last, correct me if I'm wrong, the last decade to be at the highest level of this game and make the NFR and challenge for the NFR and go after it at the highest level, which is not an easy thing to do. And you being from Barrhead, Alberta, which for those that might not know is like 4 hours north of Calgary, an hour north of Edmonton, where the Canadian finals are. But like, you probably don't see your family a lot. Probably haven't been able to see your family a ton over this last decade. Like, you had to give up, leave a lot of the friends at home, and go after it. Like, that's not a easy thing to do mentally, socially, with your friend group, like your family. Like, I can't imagine just picking up and leaving to go pursue this at that level.
No, that's definitely true. You know, my family that, you know, you definitely don't see them as much as you want them to. And shoot, my friends from high school, I ain't seen them in years, you know, but it's kind of something that was installed in my head when I was really young. I don't know if you remember a guy named Dr. Bob.
Sounds, oh,
But
Bob Stedward, wasn't it?
yep, yep. But my dad really brought him into my life when I was pretty young, and you know, he worked with a lot of professional figure skaters, and he was he was invested in some of the people at the highest level of their sport. And you know, that's just something that he was really adamant about when I was younger was you're gonna miss birthday parties, you know, you're gonna miss stuff, you're gonna miss things that you want to go to trying to reach this level, you know. And there's definitely been times where the last 10 years where you're not winning, you're not roping good, you're not making the NFR, and it's like, man, I've missed out on so many things in my life, family, friends, all those things because you're trying to accomplish this goal. But I don't know, man, that's what keeps me up at night. That's what I love. I love roping. I love winning. I love feeling like you're at the top level of something. It honestly, when people ask me what you asked, you know, why do you do it? How do you do it? My question to them is like, what makes you wake up? Like, what do you wake up trying to be the best at? And if you're not trying to be the best at something, I can't wrap my head around that part of it, you know. And it's funny because there's a lot of times where I haven't been the best. You know, I went through the gutter too, but my mindset has always just been that. Like I know what I want. I feel like I know what I'm capable of, and that's just that's why I do it, I guess, and why I choose to do it this way.
What are you reading right now, or what what are you working on the mental performance side of things? Like, what does that learning look like for you, Colton?
I just got done reading a book. I wish I remember the author's name, but the book is called Greatness. He wrote he wrote the story 7 Days in Utopia. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, the golfing movie. It's a super cool movie, but he's a mental coach, and he's a mental coach for the Spurs and a bunch of people. And man, it was so good for me because I have a really busy mind. I don't know about just almost getting too technical about stuff, you know, taking away like your natural talents and stuff like that, trying to be so technical and dive deep into the sport. But this guy was just super, super easy, wanted to be super calm, you know, and it's really helped me just, I think the timing of it all, you know, with my wife and I, we've got two boys, kind of seeing the bigger picture, you know, where maybe I don't need to run 200 steers a day. Maybe I just need to run 50 on the right kind of horses and be productive and be simple. And but the biggest thing for me is just enjoying life, being super thankful and full of gratitude. And seems like when I go about it that way and don't grind my teeth and bump my head against the wall as hard as I can looking for results, feels like it's much more productive.
When you said you hurt your back before the finals, is that what were you doing to hurt your back? How'd that happen?
I, honestly, just roping. I don't really know what set it off. I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. I don't really know what happened, but I got two bulge discs in between my L4, L5, and L5 and S1. And shoot, I couldn't walk for a few days. I didn't rope for 2 weeks. I got put under and I had like a spinal it's just an injection. There's a word I'm supposed to use, but I got an injection in my spine and then I got one in my SI joint too. And they timed it to max it out during the NFR and it felt perfect during the finals. But right after the finals, it's starting to bother me again. Doing lots of stretching and started taking some peptides. Supposed to go to Mexico and go see a guy with some stem cells and stuff like that. But yeah, it was honestly all hitting at once, where it's kind of like not less is more, but at least have a reason for what you're doing. Just be less technical in the roping and be more technical in like your preparation and a purpose behind every action that you're taking. And it's definitely helped a lot.
And is that what you would attribute to the success this year? You've had this is your third trip. It's the best one so far. You had one a bit at the previous two, but is that what changed for you this year?
I think so. Because it's always going to go bad at some point. You know, that's part of our sport, right? Like the best I ever headed in the regular season, I turned like 77% of the steers. So you're still missing plenty. And that's me just catching. That's not my healer catching, right? So, 50 to 60% completion rate is high, right? Like that's a good year. So I wouldn't say I've gotten better at losing because I've gotten worse, but I've learned a lot better of trying to make everything productive. So figure out why it happened and look at it with a realistic perspective. Not scared to hurt my own feelings anymore. Not protecting myself from the answer that needs to be found. Just probably just maturing, being better, not being a little shithead. Just looking at a big perspective and just have a reason for everything that you're doing.
I just finished reading a book called Extreme Ownership, and some of the stuff we're talking about seems to align with that book.
Perfect. I'm gonna get it.
I think you might like it. But I'm curious about is there any coach involved as far as like in rodeo there's no coaches really technically. But you
No.
mentioned Ren helping you and being a sounding board as far as like on the horse side of things, but I'm
Yeah, that's
wondering if there's
everything.
like
No,
yeah.
that's him. And I look at him as a big brother, really. So he's just a really underpaid coach, is what, I mean, but it's everything. I feel like he would do it. He does it for me. I've done it for him in times, but he's able to offer a lot more than I am. He's worked very hard at the sport and super intelligent. He's dove so deep into so many aspects of it. And this one thing he really was adamant about was me not being afraid of leaning on him, where maybe he can save me years of searching. And he's definitely done that. I asked him a few years ago, just a random text. I said, if you could tell yourself something 5 years ago, like what would it be? And it was just stuff like that was super productive. And they've been really good to me.
What I'm for those that are team roping fans and know the ins and outs of the business, forgive me for this question, but as far as riding their horse at the finals, like is that kind of like a mount money situation, the same as like Logan Bird with like peso kind of thing,
Yeah,
like
same idea.
similar
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah, it's kind of a different situation that we've had worked out amongst ourselves, but it's the same idea. Yeah. The coolest part about what they've got going on is they have a huge horse program, which like Logan does too, but they're breeding and raising them and staying really adamant about it and getting really deep into the futurity game. And it's cool just for them to have that something went through their program. You know, I would say was the best horse at the NFR this year. And if his header catches, the horse wins the gold buckle. You know, like I mean, that's pretty cool from something to go finish to end product. And just I think is a I don't want to put my words in their mouth, but it has to feel good and to know that your program is working. You know, Ren has said that before, and I think I was just the lucky one that got to be the one riding the horse, but it's pretty cool to see what they have going on.
And well, a couple things. What makes that horse so good? Like, explain to me in bull rider terms, like what makes that horse so unreal?
I think the biggest thing for an uneducated answer is the amount of wasted time and motion that horse takes out of a run. There's just the horse doesn't do anything crazy, anything unnecessary, just doesn't waste anything. You know, no wasted step in a run. It just that's what Ren was always talking about before the finals is if we complete this run in this way, we're going to take tenths out that the normal eye is not going to see, you know, and it's true. There's a lot of runs that we made up there where a lot of guys were 4-2 to 4-5 and we were 3-8 to 4-1 on the same situation, you know. So that horse was just unbelievable.
And for me, having watched a decent amount of team roping, that's from the box to the catch to the smooth turn so your healer can pick up his spot, and then you and your horse. What do you call him actually? Like, what's his nickname?
They call him James Bond.
Yeah, but you
His
don't call him the full name when you're in the box, or like what do you call the horse when you're riding him?
Yeah, if you go catch that one, his name's James Bond.
Oh
His
no shit.
paper name is SJR Diamond Bond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so when you're, but like, what? Sorry, going back to the box, you're like, I remember seeing pictures different times where it's like the clock still says zero, the rope's already out of your hands, or it's like 0.1. Like it
Right.
happens so fast. You're already turning, but you're already probably facing up, like barely before he gets tight, right? Like you
Yeah,
guys
that's
are,
the stuff like that horse. Yeah, on most horses, when I'm starting my turn, I'm starting to try and send his hips to finish the run. But that was one thing with that horse is Ren and Caden and them, they got that horse so much feel. It'd be like driving a Nissan to like a Ferrari, and it's kind of like you're touching buttons you don't really know exist the first couple of times you ride them. So that's one thing about that horse was when I got their head and I'm pulling the cow, I didn't have to do anything to anticipate the next step of the run. It was mentally, it was good for me because it was literally score, ride, rope, turn the cow, face the cow, and it all happened in under 4 seconds. But it's literally just the next step that's present, accomplish that, and then it's just it wasn't like I had to hide anything from myself or sneak around the horse. You know, it was just complete the course that's in front of you.
so I rode a little bit in the last year and a bit, and um, Bree, who was teaching me how to ride, because I hadn't ridden since I was a kid, like trail riding, right? Like I don't know the technicalities. And she was showing me the different, like you mentioned buttons, where further up and further back on the horse's belly are like essentially different buttons for those that aren't familiar. But I'm thinking like if you're a header, your right leg's kind of back a little bit anyways with where your rope is. Like correct me if I'm wrong here on all this stuff too, because I'm trying to formulate what it looks like. But like those buttons that you mentioned don't even know, like you don't even know where they're there. Like that horse is probably really like, would I say the word tight would be correct, where it's very minuscule differences that make a big difference on that horse?
Well, exactly. Yeah, little moves are big moves, and even just riding that horse in San Diego, just a week or two ago, just little movements with my left hand that I wasn't even thinking about being home practicing is creating results on this yellow horse that are unnecessary. And it's just when they got him feeling like that and so broke and so precise, you really got to slow your body down and really know why you're putting yourself in those situations because you're dang sure going to get whatever you're asking for, good or bad.
Oh wow. Um, so you rode James Bond again in San Diego. How many other spots this year would you ride that horse? And then to follow up, because we got to wrap it up here soon. Who who all are you roping with this year? What's the plan that way? I don't know the story.
The yellow horse is just I'm gonna ride him whenever I can. Whenever the Richard families the Richard family feels like it's doable, it's an option, and that's with James Bond, with anything that Ren thinks will help the situation I am in. I'm an open book when it comes to those guys. If he tells me to do something, I'm damn sure gonna try it, and we'll figure out why it didn't work. I'm committed. So whatever they feel like is an opportunity for me or whatever becomes present is I'm going to take it with open arms. I'm very thankful for that. I'm going to rope with Chase Trying. That's who I'm entering with. That's my plan. Our goal is aligned. It's pretty similar, and I love roping with the guy. I think he's a great guy. He's a great partner. Is the biggest thing, and that's our plan.
And for last year to go through and have 9 different partners, what happened? Like, I'm sorry that I don't know the story, but I'm
No,
curious
it's
now.
easy. I roped with a guy named Landon Glenn 2 full years ago. We roped in the winter, starting the 25. He had a different opportunity he wanted to take, and just we broke up. As simple as that. And I was searching. I was kind of bouncing around partners throughout the winter. I roped a Sid Spore at the beginning of the summer. We won Panoka, and then I started roping with Chase the first week of August. And the funny thing about the rodeo deal, which but getting to go to 80 rodeos, it doesn't matter when you do them, right? Like it's just the season is this long, whenever you want to fit your 80 rodeos in, however you do it. And when I started roping with Chase, it was like my 42nd or 43rd rodeo. So even though it was so late in the season, like we only roped for 2 months, he really was my partner for half of my year. You know what I mean? So and he did super good for me in the last bit of the year. He drove across America when he needed to do it only for me. He was a really, really good partner.
When that's the case, like, do you have to pay him to go do that for you, or does he do
No,
that because he
you,
wants to go win too?
yeah, I mean, that's what we do. So he's going because it's going to pay his bills. But it's easy for him to go home and not spend money. But we had a good run, and felt confident that we could produce that run often. So it was a good business decision for him to go. We still won when I needed to win. We still won 10, 15,000. It still was beneficial for him, but it'd been very easy for him to say, I'm going to go home and save my money. But we didn't feel like we were hiding it. We had a good run, and we'd enter anywhere just to go try and win.
Hmm. We got about 5 minutes left. I gotta ask you one thing, and then I'll follow up with some other stuff. But one thing we ask everybody is what their definition of cowboy shit is. I gotta get that one in before we
Cowboy
wrap this up.
shit. That's a tricky one.
It's different for everybody.
Anything, I feel like cowboy shit is anything that the general public would look at and say, hell no. And a cowboy would just be like, man, that's just another Tuesday, you know, just
And we're
stuff that we do.
as we're recording this on a Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Man, I'm happy for you for this last year you had. Like I said, we're all heartbroken that like to see how it went in round 10, but like what was the aftermath for you like that night? Like what, there's a bit of weight off your shoulders. I'm assuming because it's over and it's just such a strain of a week where you're so busy and there's so much stress and you're under so much pressure. Like some of that the weight's lifted off, but you're like my assumption is you're crushed that you missed that one, but also like you're like, well, not much I can do about that one. I don't know where your head's
Well,
at after that.
it was such a funny feeling because the situation sucked, right? Like you never, yes, I missed. And at the end of the day, in 10 years, I missed that cow, right? It doesn't matter what the steer did, whatever happened. I missed the cow. But at the end of the day, I was proud of how we went about it. Um, I'm proud that I didn't back off. I was thankful that I liked the throw that I took. When I was wanting to head the cow, he was where I wanted him to be. So yeah, you're super let down. I was a little bit mixed of emotions where that situation don't come around a whole lot, so you don't want to let it go when it does come. So that part was heartbreaking, but man, at the end of the week, we had a very blessed week. Put my family in a much better spot, and I got to create a lot of good relationships out of that week, and there ain't been nothing bad that's come from having a good NFR. I know that.
Well, you got to get running here, Colton. So I don't know what else to say. Is there anything we missed?
No, man, I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm glad we finally got to do it.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for the visit. I'm trying to think of like what else I want to ask you, but I don't know what else it is. I guess what else is on the bucket list? Like as far as each side of the North America, like whether you're going to the Canadian side of things, like
Yeah,
the
we're
world
trying to
titles
figure that
obviously
out.
on there.
Yeah, the NFR is top of the list. That's number one. Our sole purpose is that. So our first business decision is always based off of does it benefit us towards the national finals, but they're doing some good things in Canada. As many things that they're doing shitty, they actually are doing some good things. The board really busted their butt. Our our directors are guys that have a say, and they got the payout fixed. Both Logan's for us, Logan Bird and Logan Bonnet have worked hard for us. They got equal money in the team roping at every tour rodeo. The pay scale is a little bit better where we don't fall into a shitty paying rodeo. So there is some things that we're gonna have to kind of weigh our options on because there are some rodeos that are gonna be substantially better than they used to be. And that's just from them guys putting their head down and working for us. So thank you for them, but that's just something we're gonna have to figure out, a little bit of a different schedule, different opportunities, but the main thing is every decision can be made off of if it's beneficial for the NFR or not.
How many do you go to that don't count? Is there any, or you just go to 80 and that's it? Like I want to say there's a few maybe, but I could be wrong.
No, I feel like in the last 10 years I went from anywhere from 95 to 110 rodeos. Say that's pretty normal. And
And you,
that's just mainly because the Canada deal, 15 to 20 of them are going to be unofficial.
oh, okay. And is that just to get the count to go to the CFR essentially?
Yeah, or if you're there, it's well, many years it's just to try to win to go to the CFR, but they're also not good enough rodeo that you want to waste it towards your 80 for the NFR count. But
I see.
majority of the time it's trying to make the Canadian finals going to whatever rodeo that you can get to.
I see. Okay. Because you only have so many weekends and whatnot. I get it.
Right. Yeah, you only have 80 bullets to count for the NFR, but you only have a substantial amount of rodeos that you can fit in your schedule during the Canadian deal that you have to go to.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, Colton, I wish you the best of luck this year, and we're all proud to see you kick so much ass this year at the finals. And sorry it ended the way it did in the 10th round, but yeah, we're pulling for you, and yeah, appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Awesome.